I am Ste The Poet, and I'm here on the Sefton Park in Liverpool to do a recording for the Morecambe Fringe Festival. We are hoping for a bit of an audience, but I think the traditional British summer has put them off. Cowards. The Morecambe Festival this year is being done online, and it's teamed up with the New York Fringe Festival. So hello to our American friends. Hopefully it's going to be great. Check out all the other bands and everything else on there. I want to start off with a little story about one of the most interesting characters I have ever met. I saw a little pigeon sat upon a rusting post. I scoffed, a dreary, boring choice I judged, when the whole world was his bustling host. I coughed to clear my morning voice and advised that he should budge. Oi, pigeon! Why do you perch aside the tar amongst the cars when you could choose the church, or glide so high and fly in search of bird utopia? My knees went weak as he answered me. Yes, he had heard, and back he spoke in pigeon English. When animals speak, it always is a novelty, but the beak on this little bird was beyond a joke. I thought, no one will believe this. Oh. Why would I abandon the place of my birth? I'm not one for roaming, this pigeon's for homing. This is my land and there's still trace of earth, the home of my ancestors. This is where their nest was, a wood where you stand, and 'twas raped of all worth. The pastures were ploughed for goal of desert. Came season of hell when the trees were felled and the still living boughs were stole from the dirt. Began draining and dredging, well, no seed or fledging, encased in grey shroud. Shall we ever forget? But oh, little birdie, I did inquire, why don't you find pastures new? You are a flyer, the past is through. I might be high, but if I was you, I would get higher. Ooh, I'm not a goose, I don't migrate. What's your excuse, human, my mate? Instead of me, yourself get questioning and choose some fate other than hell you're festering in. But the city, it is my natural habitat. I did at first in rhyme protest, and I guess you think it factual. A rabbit's born from magic cat. I shop online for prosthetic nests, or all that's breathing belongs in cage. Born in chains and falsely named, a pleading song unnoticed. Lonely, seething, longing rage. Blessed to task on fruitless wheel. Your futile squeal unheard for days. Your ignorance holds no bliss. Souls unsustained, transmuted rays, diluting haze. I hear it in your voices. Underlying fretful craze, a mass unrest. You don't even know you're depressed. I see it in your choices. Ungrateful, hateful, wasteful ways. Controlled of mind, you're blind to signs. Lest your truth's labelled psychosis. And breeding only when it pays. The planet's apparent inheritor that holds nothing dear. You are the apex, an abhorrent predator, yet you're all living in fear. Afraid of Solaris' shine, afraid of a solitary vine displaying free will that stubbornly grows. Rush to and crush before it inspires revolt against killers and liars, kept in shape and in line until harvesting time, awaiting the kill in uniform rows, hushed until pushed into bellies and fires. Their fingers of Gaia, they push through the asphalt, through the cracks in your roads and cycle paths. She's trying to move each slab from her tomb under constant attack, hacked back by psychopaths, labelled a weed. Let nothing breathe lest it's feeding your greed, like the lies you believe. Like, pigeon, pigeon. I did butt in. Did you just rhyme psychopaths with psychopaths? LOL. Are you kidding? That's not the point, fool. With all the wonderful things you do and all your marvellous machines, why not make roads run as rivers of blue that flow between pathways of fabulous greens? Grey, black and bleak, forever growing mile, concrete, tarmac and tile, choke, drown and smother, oh haters of colour, why do you find nature obscene? And then, with a flutter and a chirp and a coo, he left me by the gutter, in a great circle he flew. I turned my back and strutted, and I swear I saw the world as new. Grey and black are the colours of death, they dull the flame of hope in you. To my surprise, I realised that that nutter Pigeon's last words had rang true when I muttered under my breath, why can't tarmac be blue? There is a question with an answer that everybody's knowing, and that answer is over 7 billion and growing. There's no need to count because it is official, so there can be no doubt. Our earth is over-encumbered by us useless eaters, over-numbered is the human race. A fact accepted, we see it for ourselves and are told by teachers. There are no stats to leave repeaters, sanguine-faced and corrected. But maybe it untrue, all fake, no doubt all lies, say the pseudo-intellect who feel our mistakes have made us wise. Into towns and cities we're all crammed, but maybe, suggest the likes of me, that was planned. Perhaps we're all chained to one grey corner of a green and infinite land. The family of our human race, our earth a giant palace, yet we're all asleep in darkest, coldest room. Forgo our garden, golden chalice, forgo our sun, we have the moon, forgo our dreams, we have our screens, we clap and dance to the same tune, forgo our chance to rise and bloom, entranced by plays that veil the malice. From birth we're indoctrinated to believe our earth is overpopulated, but logic is not complicated, though truth can be hard to retrieve. I think with birth control and war, they are killing more than we conceive. 1 million slaughtered, then millions more, sanctions, famine, poverty, war. I will not take the word of men that created a world of hell. I do not trust them. I do not follow their laws. Many insist the greatest good is to forego the gift of parenthood. Do they not know if left alone, mankind may filter the seas and reseed the woods? We would not have ruined our earth. We were pagans since time began, and we've been enslaved, and they will kill us all when they can. They've captured our youth and severed all ancient ties with fractured truths and well-weathered translucent lies. Like the natives of the prairie plains, to our earth all are related. The soil is our brother, but envied and hated we were castrated, and those that still rule are to blame. They ripped us from them, raped our mother, now we're all sharing Gaia's pain. We lived in harmony with the trees, they came, they harmed, forced us to our knees. Atrocity after atrocity. Then to tell us our dwindling numbers are the problem, they have the audacity. History shows the attempted genocide of the whole of mankind. Are we enraged? No, because they have our minds for our slaughter. We have been primed, conditioned since we were born to accept we've always been at war. Lest we forget is our solemn sacred law. Remember the dead, forget those that chose to live instead. All pages of peace torn piece by flaming peace. 1,000 libraries burned, left us unwizened and unlearned. They're hiding the truth. We were invincible kings. Now sold and bought, controlled the fort, they're hiding the proof. We're all born with invisible wings. Tear down the city walls. Let's refill our earth with pagans. Resist their new world order laws. Let's return to natural ages. All our problems scythed with one swift swoop when we get wise and refuse to be ruled by those that steal and kill and hate us. Now, recently, some of you may have noticed we've had all this lockdown and what have you. You know what I'm saying. What's happened in England, around where I live, all the people who are homeless on the streets, they've got them all in hotels because the hotels have to close because of the lockdown. So they've got all the homeless people in hotels, which has been quite good. Should have done it years ago maybe, or done something like this years ago maybe. But now that the lockdown is ending, a lot of the people who are in these hotels are worried they might just get launched back out on the street again. I really hope that isn't going to happen. This next story I'm going to tell you is a true story. I walked through Manchester City, the gardens of Piccadilly, town centre paradise where some are trapped in hell, brown sugar and spice. The only souls to hold my eye in any city, I guess it's seen in me, yeah, they can tell. With a little shared history, the boozers, the losers, the substance abusers, we bow to no rulers, the system don't fool us, it's designed to confuse us. It's a sorry excuse, yes, but we did not choose this life, it did choose us. A child approaches me, I smiled at him hopelessly. He's one of the lost, each other we've found. Can you help me out? It'll cost a brother £1. All his bare skin, it's caked in shit, like he'd been working naked down pit. Twitching, jerking, raging habit. Eyes aglaze, eyes that says his last month blurred past like days. When I was 17, drugs to me was ecstasy, LSD, Buzzy B. Where's your party? From where do you run, son? What to you has been done? Do you used to forget? Why is a child consumed with regret? I didn't get his name, sadly. There's another at home on the pavement. This one's more my age. 40. I stared at him, first in amazement, but my awe soon turned to rage. Naughty. It was I that approached this vagrant. As I saw, he surely had a story more than worthy for the stage. He struggled to clutch each vital crutch. I counted, drunkenly, 2 missing fingers on one hand, and on the other he'd lost 3. For me that was too much. I shouted, tell me your story. Did you once work in joinery? The only such closely manicured pause I saw before was caused by circular saws. No, he told me, they were not lost to machinery. Not perhaps like an ancestor in the past spinning Jenny, yet crippled just as viciously as he slept on the winter streets of Manchester. I'd have no chance there. I doubted both my lying ears. This affliction's for the pioneers. It's only victims, great explorers. I was shocked to hear it's happening here as it is in the town next door. Yes, shamefully. On his right foot, I'm telling you, he had lost his every toe. The bloke poked through his tattered shoe to show, so I did know that it was true. I saw it, honestly. A glowing city lights, and no, it's not a pretty sight, their brutal strike of frostbite. Hungrily, invisible teeth in the darkness, inflicting grief upon the homeless as they sleep beneath the cloudless, heartless night, mercilessly. I said, I'm Steve, what your name be? He said, Lee. I said, I'll tell people of you, Lee. Well, thank you very much for sticking with me so far. I would like to finish with a little story about one of the most interesting characters I have ever met. Now, I used to go fishing on the Leeds to Liverpool Canal, this end, and normally when you catch a fish, they do not look happy about it. They actually look really pissed off about it. But one day, I caught this little fish, and when I looked at him dangling on the end of that line, I could just tell he was having the time of his life. It was like it was the best thing that had ever happened to the little slippery bastard. I said, "Oi, fish, you love that, don't you?" He said, "How did you get into that fish, lad?" He said, "Well, there's never much going on in our canal. It's the same every day, I tell you now. There's no change in weather in our man-made river. It's all life-giver, but boring." But then one morning, I heard a mate say, "Get up, let's get fired." Now, he was not one to seek attention, so I let him speak, and he did mention, "Let's get twisted, let's get wired." I was scared, but he insisted he'd found a key to another dimension. But it came with warning. It's hardcore. You take off with no ground clearance, a once in a lifetime experience, but all come back for more. I said, okay, because I'm all day, I'm a sinner, a natural born swimmer. And through the grime and the slime, he went on the lookout for a shimmer, a glimmer, a sign that there was a hook out, so I could have my first time and hang from end of line and become a winner. Or end up as someone's dinner. See that twinkle in the light? Get in there and fucking bite. Not much to learn. You see that worm? Bite down hard with all your might. It'll start to fight, so hold on tight. Whoosh! Woohoo! From this world I was taken, if I'm not mistaken, launched into space. Bone dry, I fly to a forbidden place. Yes, I'm there, drowning air, follow if you dare. Such a scare, feel I'm about to slowly die. I almost cry, but I don't care. And I'll tell you why. Ooh! I've got no feet and I'm off my face. I don't care if complete disgrace. I'm travelling through time and space. My fears disappear without a trace, inspiring me to rhyme and verse. Me they curse, but I've had worse. They can't touch me in my special place, in my brand new universe. I had my prize before my eyes. He was a decent size. And as I lay there, compromised, paralysed, but yet somehow liberated and free, I suddenly realised, and I tell you no lies, he thought he'd caught me. And I contemplated as I lay twitching on the bank, are our angels enemies in disguise? Is this really a canal or just one big fucking tank? I don't know, because I'm not wise, but to those that put us here, I did give thanks. And now I'm always itching for a stitching to get away and stray from life's bitching. Tug, tug, tug on the line, out my way, that maggot is mine. That's my meal, I feel the need. Don't you steal, I've great agreed. I need to feel that steel through my jaw. I can break every natural law. Does not quite get me like it did before. In fact, it's starting to feel really sore. And yet I'm always going back for more. They try to make me take a break, 'cause I look fucked. But what else are we doing here for? I don't know, but one thing's for sure, I'm hooked on getting hooked. Epilogue. Well, it's true. I was told by those that know, lay off the hooks if old you want to grow. Carry on and you've had it, with head like fried haddock, you'll end up like Joel the soul who sold his soul, or go the way of Jim. You remind me of him. His only goal, adventure. Now he lives like no fish is meant to, forever blowing bubbles in a goldfish bowl. Coming to the end now. Thank you very much for watching so far. This is my last one. It's a story. It's one of my most popular stories. People say, Steve, that's my favourite one of yours. Well, I must warn you that some people may find it offensive, because it's highly offensive. I always warn the audience before I do this one on stage, and last week at a venue, when I said to people, brace yourselves, this is fucking hardcore. The host of the show, he ran towards the stage waving his arms, shouting, no, 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 we don't want like anything like that in here. We don't want any F words. I said, you don't want any F words, mate? No. What about S words? Are S words okay? He said, go on then, you can do S words. So that was a relief. Soulmate, Sarah. She's sound, sexy, smart, shines. Straight speaker, scared, scarred survivor. Spellcaster, soothsayer, scribe. Story singer, smiler. Simultaneously sorrowful, suited, same, sane, swear. Someday she said, Steve, seriously, sometime, somehow, someone, something, swoop, sneak, swap, stolen, snatched, so long, 7 seas. Sounds silly. She started searching, seeking, SUV, sat-nav, standstill, stuck, street, stationary, sweating, stressful, swerved. Saw simple solution, sea, sand, surf, ship sailing, slowly strolled, shoeless, sockless, splendid. Swam swiftly, strongly, submerged, sank, salty sea, surface, splash, so sorrowless, serenity, simplicity, serendipity, shown signs subliminally, synchronicity. Sat soaked, sizzling, searing sunshine, scran sarnies, smoked spliffs, swig, squash, spoke, shared sad stories shamelessly. Saw swans, seagulls, squirrels, shrubbery, sand dunes, sown seeds, sprouting, shooting, spreading. Such sweet spring smells, sights, sounds. Sober, straight, sunset, slurry, sloshed, serious self-severed, sang same song, smooch, snog, snuggle, swoon, sensual, suggestive, seductive, seduced. Special sausage scenario served. Soft, small, stroke, swell, spit, semi, suck, solid, standard size, subsidised, swallowed supplement, smooth silky snatch, shaved, slight stubble, salivated, slurped, savoured, succulent salvation. She slim, sick, submissive slave, sophisticated. Ste slob, sick, sadist, sly, selfish, shallow. Super steaming speed sex session, sniff, swallow, spaced. Sadomac, S&M, strapped, strung, struggle, stopped, slapped, spanked, streaked, saw, sobbed, smirked, slammed, strangled, screamed, silent, shh, safe syllables seldom spoken, shagged senseless, screwed silly, soaking, savagely smashed, squirted, woo! Satisfaction. Skit scene, strange show, soap opera, shared sacrilegious, sworn secrets spontaneously. Sordid sin, student studies, sodomy. Shitter, slotted. Shove, slide, spoon sideways, sack, squeeze, stretch, squeal. Split, shoot, semen sprayed, spunk, spent, splattered. Smooth, sweaty skin smothered. Sloppy, sticky. Satisfaction. Soundly sleeping, softly snoring. Sunrise, squabble, see ya. Suffering, suicidal. Self-slashed, self-blame, shame, so sad, so sorry, Sarah. Ste.